My name is David Gabriel. I'm here because I have a disease that doctors in Israel said that they can cure, and I'll never cure. And I don't believe the doctors. I believe my disease can be cured, and that's why I'm here. I've heard about you. I've heard about your technique. I've heard about the medicine and the process you run, and I make all the way from Israel to this clinic to get a treatment by you.
How long have you had this disease?
Well, it seems that probably at the age of 17, but in the last few years it's become worse. And I believe it's because of environmental pollution, also environmental working environment that I work with, which have radiation and pollution. And it's become worse and worse to a point that the doctor said that my immune system is not balanced, my liver is not balanced. Even one of the doctors said that I will have to die with my disease, and maybe at a certain point in my life I will have to get a liver transplant. I don't want to say what I have in mind to tell him, because I'll keep it to the imaginations of whoever listen to me.
Tell us the name of the disease.
Yeah, beside that, my immune system is probably a little bit ruined. It's Raynaud syndrome, and according to the famous exposed knowledge, or what the doctors have, what's written in whatever is written in the medical book, it's uncurable disease. It can be cured, and they don't have cure for this disease. And whatever they're giving me is only taking care of the symptoms, but not really taking care of the problem itself. And I got into a point that I'm suffering so much, I barely can stand it.
Do you believe there's no cure for the disease?
No, I don't believe that any of that's true. And I believe that not only this disease can be cured, any of other disease, even the worst one, like cancer and any other disease that doctors tend to sometimes say that it's uncured and you have to stick with that. Not only me, any other patient that suffer from all kind of weird disease. I think that our body, if it's with its natural frame from the time we were born, when it's clean, can deal with any kind of disease. But I also understand with my simple mind that along the years, with the environment, with the pollution in the air, with radiation, our body is crashing, our liver is crashing. And it's very simple. The liver is the filter of the body. And I want to ask people, when you give treatment to your car, once in a while you change the filter. What happens if you won't change the filter or you clean it? The car will choke. Same thing with a person. If his filter is full of poison or toxic or any disease, or the body is filled up with disease or viruses, the body will collapse. And the body attacked himself. And I guess that's what happening with me, with my body, and that's what happening with other people's bodies. So I think if you clean somebody's body and clean his liver, and the body is clean, so the immune system can do the rest with the right medications. It's possible. The easiest one is to take care of the symptoms and maybe poisoning the body more and more instead of trying to clean the body. So you, instead of clearing the body, you create problem upon a problem. It's like a card tower, and then in a slide motion, you hit this tower and all the cards will fall down. Same thing, the human body is falling down, step after step.
What are your symptoms and signs?
First, it's called me a lot of fatigueness, cold, any of time. It doesn't matter if it's winter time or summertime. I can sit among people with air conditioning in the summer, which is hot. For me, it's cold. I always ask them, please, can we have the degrees higher because I'm in cold. Of course, no one is want to respond because they're hot. I'm always cold. Sometimes I'm active, sometimes I'm hyperactive, sometimes I'm really slow. It's also affecting my thinking, my brain. I can't think clearly. My veins are pretty thin, and it's reflecting any of my other biological effect or my abilities. Any of ability, things of any of ability that or needs that men, for example, want. So since my vessels are so thin, and blood is not getting to where it should get, so it's damaging or interfering in a normal circulation of a body. And one of the worst things that I'm getting, my hands are getting numb. It can be the edge of my nose, my ear, my legs are getting numb, and it's pain. I'm in a lot of pain and agony. I don't want to suffer, and I know there is a way to take care of the problem. I mean, I don't believe there is no cure for any of the disease. God created us in a way that not to be sick and not to die. And if something is need to take control, is control by whoever is creating us. The doctors have the knowledge and been given the knowledge and to help people, but sometimes it seems that they're not open enough. They tend to be God. They think the ego is controlling them, and they're not tend to listen. I mean, and there are other methods, and I expose to your method and your kind of treatment. And I believe in what you do. I believe in this method, and I believe I'll cure and I'll defeat the problem with your help, with the staff here, with the right medication. I'll win.
What experience have you had at the center?
I was surprised to see people that I know, hear people that I know with disease that, as far as I know, the doctors told them there is no way. And for example, someone with cancer, and of course, obviously, they want to treat him with chemotherapy and radiation. He was smart enough, and thank God he took a decision, a brave decision, not to take and listen to the doctors and take merging methods between alternatives method and conventional. Doctors tend to avoid or afraid of when they hear the word alternative. They tend to deal with drugs. I don't have to explain people, but it seems that as much as drugs that you buy and as much as drugs that you give, who earn from that? The farmers, whoever producing drugs. The nature have the power to cure anybody. If you look back, what were the drugs of people? They use it from plants. You can take those plants, you can take those drugs in an artificial way, get them to the hands of the right people, and put them in a way which you can merge them with the conventional way. You can inject it into the body. You can observe it to supplement. Everything is possible if you merge both methods. I think people are being poisoned all the time.
What do you think about healthcare system in regards to traditional medicine?
Like I said, doctor is not open-minded enough. I mean, if doctor will be a little bit open-minded and be willing to combine other methods, will be open to other methods, will try and not stick their head in the sand. Listen also to their patient, because whoever feeling the most reflection is the patient himself. His body talks in terms when he feel better or he feel bad. Share with the patient more of the other knowledge. When the conventional medicine do not do that and not open to other methods, like I said, they're digging their head in the sand, and they're not really giving the patient the whole possibilities. So in simple word, they don't give them the truth. they're lying to them. And I've been experienced a lot of ego from doctors, physicians, and I was insisting to use other methods or going to other physicians and listen to other opinion. I wouldn't say that there are not doctors that are open-minded like you or others that understand and looking over and for other abilities. There are. I can't say that the whole medicine system is false and collapse. I mean, there are doctors over there that are trying. But I also know if they're trying too much and they try to involve it into other methods, they're probably going to give given hard time, not only from their associate, also from their governments. And I see it. I see it. I hear about that here and there. Doctors are being we're warning not to deal with other methods, stick to the conventional methods, likely what I called modern method. Being modern is being open to other methods, not stick your head in the sand and say I'm only going by this way. If you want a real cure to your patient, like a doctor is supposed to give in to his patient, he should look for everything to save a life of his patient or to cure his disease. You can't just say, this is what you have and that's how we're going to act. There is nothing beside that. It's not true. People should know it.
How do you see yourself progressing now that you are here?
When I got here, I was kind of desperate. I'm more encouraged from the method, from the system. In terms of poisons or toxic that came out of my body, in one of the process you can obviously see it, that in the beginning my body released a lot of toxic, and now the color of the toxic is changed, is lighter than it was. So the body doesn't lie and the process doesn't lie. I feel much stronger than I was, much more clear in terms of thinking, responding. And I can say it's only thanks to releasing toxic, because if I think like a logic person and like any common person, if you have toxic in your body, it's also stuck in your brain, and it's something that the natural body cannot relate to. It would give problem to the body. It will give problem in terms of your ability to respond, to think, to act, even in terms of your emotions and your mood. Your mood is changed while you clean your body from all that's toxic. You think brighter. Your mood is higher. You're not being swing mood. You feel more energy, more kind of even happy. And with this process I feel hope. And with belief and hope and the right treatment, I can defeat my disease with the help of Dr. Jimenez and the rest of the staff over here. Thank you.